Movie review number 1400. We are at 1400 movie reviews. Another milestone. And this movie is Architection. Architection. This is a 2025 movie that is directed by Victor Kosakowski. Kossakovsky. Victor Kosakowski. So this movie has A24 Films and Marja Day Film Production. I saw this movie on August 3rd, 2025 at Esquire Theatre in Clifton, Ohio. This is a documentary movie, and it details buildings, architecture, and other forms of architecture that are made from concrete. So, this movie is an epic, intimate, and poetic meditation on architecture and how the design and construction of buildings from the ancient past reveals our destruction and offer hope for survival and the way forward. So the director, Victor Kosakowski, presents a poetic meditation on architecture and how the design and construction of buildings from the ancient past that you get to see in this film reveal not only our destruction, but also offer hope and survival and a way forward. He reflects on the rise and fall of civilizations while focusing on the landscape project by the Italian architect Michele de Ruggieri, using imagery from the temple ruins of Baalbek in Lebanon dating back to AD 80 to the recent destruction of cities in Turkey following a magnitude earthquake of 7.8 in early 2023. So in the movie, we get to see various buildings from various cities and lands, and a lot of the movie does have scenes of these buildings. Now, I will say that the film has little dialogue, but the most dialogue I would say is at the end of the movie. I will explain to that in a minute. But the majority of the scenes I would say in this movie focuses on the buildings and other forms of architecture that are made from concrete or other material, and the director offers a picture on these buildings and how these buildings and other forms of architecture that you see in this movie reveal our destruction, but also offer a way forward. And you get to hear some words from the architect himself. Now, part of the movie does focus on the architect and the director making a landscape project. They are making a circle made of rocks and stones. And basically, no one is to once a circle is formed, no one is to go inside the circle unless it's like dogs or something. But no humans are allowed. And the architect has some words that you get to hear at the end of the movie, talking about some recent buildings that he has seen, and it kind of disgusted him, and how he isn't sure what has happened to civilization over the past 100 years. How humanity used to create a lot of great, spectacular buildings, and he's wondered why these buildings today may not be as elaborate or spectacular as they were before. And he talks about concrete a little bit, and how the concrete in some of the buildings may not be ideal in his eyes. And you get to see that in this movie with some other buildings. Now, I would like to say that the majority of the scenes are just buildings from various places, cities, and lands from across the globe. But I thought it was pretty neat to see that. I liked that the movie didn't have much dialogue, but the most dialogue was at the end when the architect was talking about the various buildings he has seen over his lifetime. Michel Di Rucci is the architect, and he helps the director build this circle at this house. And it's a very good circle that they created. It's a circle made of rocks and stones, and they plant these stones to the ground. And part of the time it's snowing a little bit, which is also pretty neat to see. But this movie paints a picture on architecture from past and present, and how some forms of architecture that you see in this movie not only reveal the destruction that it causes, but also offer a way forward as we try to figure out how to create more and more spectacular buildings that could last for thousands of years. Now, I won't detail all of what Michel Di Rucci said at the end of the movie, but once you hear it, it does paint a better picture of what you saw in the prior minutes in the movie. It kind of like sums up the movie pretty much. But yeah, this was a pretty good movie. I never realized much about the architectural buildings as much before, but I got a better grasp of it after seeing this movie. Like I said, it's pretty good. So that is my movie review of Architection, and I'm very happy we got to another milestone. Preaching truth from this movie review. Alright, goodbye.